Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to Queen's Table for Pageant Land. And we have the best guest ever. We have got the lovely Hannah Golding, who is your Ms. Wiltshire Galaxy. How are you, Hannah?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
That's
Doing
good. Busy as always. Well, it's lovely to be back on Queen's Table because I did have to have a few weeks off because I have started a new job, but that's good. But we were all booked out until March. How fabulous is that? You did well. In less than 48 hours, we got booked out till March. So I'm really, really excited to be chatting to lots of lovely ladies on the lead up to Galaxy, and this is what you're doing this time. How exciting. So my first question is you did Galaxy many years ago. I think it's when I first met you. It's quite a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that was the second time I did it. The first time was 2010 is when I first entered and competed in 2011. So up there is like a white sash. That was the original Galaxy sashes before they turned purple. So yeah, it was my first like sashed title. My first ever sash title.
So what's making you want to return to Galaxy? What decided what was your thought process? You were like, right, I've got to go back for it. Is it unfinished business here?
So it's always when I won UK's National Miss, I was always saying before the lead up, especially those who listen to the podcast, I was like, this is my last pageant, like win or lose, like this is the last one. And then of course, obviously I won, and I was like, okay, cool, my year, retire on a high, because you should always retire on a high, or if you don't enjoy it anymore. But I watched the finals online before we were traveling up the next day, and I was like, I could do this, I don't know why I was thinking to myself that I couldn't be ready for Galaxy. I think it's always because I competed twice, and I was never in the right mindset when I was competing. I didn't think about it too much, or my first time was so overwhelming. It was the first proper national final I'd done. But yeah, so I was traveling up, and I literally, like, once I have an idea in my mind, that's it. Like, I'm 100% committed. I was saying to Jade, I was like, right, I'm doing Galaxy next year. Like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my sash as soon as I hand over. I'm going to reveal, like, this is what I'm going to do, this. And yeah, so after the Queen's Retreat, I messaged Holly, and I was like, hey, so I want to put my application and get my sash. Obviously, I don't want to do anything here and now, but I was like, well, yeah, I'm not retiring. I'm not retiring just yet. I've got, a couple more pageants than me yet. And that's how it is. Yeah, it is unfinished business. It was the first pageant dream of mine. Like, the first informed, I'd say, because obviously I competed in a local heat, and that was my first gateway into pageantry. And I was like, right, what is there? And yeah, Galaxy I was just obsessed with. Like, Hayley Mack was my original pageant role model. She was Miss Galaxy International 2010. Incredible.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, it's a fabulous system. I mean, and internationals is great. I've actually got to go there, as you know, with my child, and it's fabulous. It's just such a wonderful system. And, I just can't wait to see you back on that stage. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. So in the lead up, let's talk about what you've been up to. I mean, you're a very, very busy girl. Everyone knows this in the pageant scene. I probably didn't even need to introduce you because you're so well known and so well liked and do so much in the pageant community. But let's start off with your Project P. Could you just explain to people that might not know what that is?
Yeah, and of course, we should always never assume that people know me. I don't want to be that girl of like, everyone knows me. Because there are still so many newbies and so many people who don't. So yes, hello. I am a very busy girl. Project P is something I set up in August this year. Once again, I had the idea. I just had to roll with it the next day. I was a Project Code Red ambassador for about 8 years. So I did a homeless collection every year. And I was thinking about this year, and I was thinking, well, I'm not going to be at too many events compared to previous years. Because Jade decided to get a weekend job. Like, how rude of her.
Yeah, come on, Jade.
Yeah, how rude. Like, and I'm obviously an ambassador princess. So, but I was deciding, I was like, how can I make a bigger impact than just doing a Christmas collection every year? Because, period poverty is something that is very much prominent here in the UK, especially. You'd be surprised. And obviously something that I've gone through myself. So I was like, okay, Project Team, You know, and obviously with me being a Project Co-Brand ambassador, like there was no noise for like 3 years as well. So I was doing all these collections, I was doing all these things, and there was nothing from the people who were. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna sing and shout everyone else's praises. So I started it, got ambassadors, and now we have ambassadors in all 4 countries of the United Kingdom. And obviously we'd love to spread out further to the galaxy. So obviously looking for ambassadors in all different countries, but we have like a tier system. So there's up to level 5, and level 5, look at all my badges again. We got this lovely badge. This is the gold one.
Amazing.
There's a silver for 80, and I'm introducing like medals and trophies as well, because some of the girls are still collecting, and it's amazing. So we've most likely donated, we've donated definitely over 500, because there are 5 people that have those gold. So it's over 500 already donated. Myself, I've donated loads. I literally have a massive box in the background. I've posted loads off as well. So yeah, it gets to all different corners of the UK. So not just Swindon that benefits from these collections each year. But yeah, the whole UK. So we collect period products. I'll be looking into getting a sewing machine to create reusable ones. And it's just about period education as well.
Oh, that's really, really good. And I just love the way that you've expanded it, not just in your local area, you have got it around the UK, and you're going to expand it even further, because it is a really, really, I think it's been quite an overlooked subject for quite some time. Maybe because people might not have the confidence to ask for help with these sort of products and things like that. But it is good to highlight it and help others that do need these products quite desperately, because it's something that women do need, you know. So it's fabulous work there. So you are non-stop, of course, but you have some interesting charity courses coming up. Tell me about those. I know I've got to do one.
You do, yeah. Yeah, so I've been fundraising for Switchboard for over 2 years now, and we're nearly at the 2,000 mark, which is great, because of course I've passed my core assessment training with them, so now I'm a trainee for 5 to 6 hours, and then I'll be let loose on the phones and the text messages, which is really exciting. And of course for Galaxy, the Christie is their chosen charity. Now once again, I went back on my word. I was like, I'm not going to do anything for the chosen charity because I want Switchboard. That's got all my money. But I was like, I can do both. We can do both. I'm not going to be an Amber. I can't hit that mark. She's incredible and amazing. But I do my part with my Sparkles and Rhinestones training. So yes, we have December. Usually nothing happens in December. So I was like, right, this is prep month. So yes, this Sunday, the 3rd, we have a Canva course, so Canva for pageantry. So basically of how to create the different infographics. So Canva I use for everything. I do presentations, all the social media for all my various projects. I'm also a content creator for my Swindon Pride. So once again, I use Canva for that. The magazine, the annual, everything is done through Canva, like videos, everything. So so it's a great course. That's £8. All these go to the Christie. Then the following week are panel interviews. So these will be going in January, February as well, and March for Galaxy, and those will be for Switchboard. And these are just, we have judges, because obviously you've been one of my judges.
I have, yeah.
Yes, we do a scenario, because sometimes people, especially if it's their first pageant or if they haven't competed for a while, you kind of forget like how daunting a panel interview can be. So to have that practice run before the pageant is amazing. And you don't have to coach with me. You can be coaching anyone or not coach at all, but it all goes to charity. You get like detailed feedback and your video. And it counts, all these counts as appearance as well. It all counts as a charity appearance for your folders. And if you haven't done your folders already, start on them. Dion's already sorted. We don't have to do that this time round.
For a change.
And then we have Interview 101, which is on Sunday the 17th. That's at 6 o'clock, different time. But this is a 1-hour course all about going into the details of different pageant questions that you get. Loads of people have loved this course. Of course, Sparkles is known for his interview. And I'm going to eat my words now. Like, the one award I definitely want, there's 2 awards, is interview and the publicity award. Those are the two I really want. Those are what I'm working towards. You know, if I get one, it's fine. But yes, interview. We have many best interviews, of course. Amber and Millie got best in interview in America, who I coach. So like we're sending these good vibes. And then PageantCon, of course. PageantCon is in its fifth year, but it's not actually. I don't know how these years set up. We started in 2020, but it's its fifth time running. But we've not doubled up in a year, so I'm just like, it just sounds so weird to say it. In 2024, we have guests from the UK, the US, and Canada as well. So literally, so many guest experts for just £6. You can watch it anywhere, catch up. You have those videos for life, because if anyone who's been to PageantCon before, you have it in your group, so I usually archive it, but you can watch those videos over and over again.
Yeah.
Like they're there, sorted. So yeah, that's all of the charity stuff that we're doing, just to get all of that out the way. I'm excited to do them. I love teaching, especially virtually, which is where sparkles like fries, because you know, you get to look all business up here and then wear your comfy bottoms and some slippers up.
I love it. But yeah, no, PageantCon, I can't believe it is the fifth time. Where is that time gone? It's scary, isn't it? But it is brilliant, because I've been to them all myself, and you do have a group and you can just watch the videos back, you know, which is a wonderful thing, isn't it? And for the price, and it's all for a good cause. So it's wonderful. So tell me about the guests you've got this year. Obviously, you have yourself. Who else is appearing this year?
You know, I was like, oh, do you know what? I could just chill this year. No, because like the first two, because PageantCon was born in lockdown where we couldn't leave. It was like tier 3 or whatever those tiers were back in the day. And it was like a 2-day event, and the same with the next one was a 2-day event. Whereas now it's just a Sunday, because we can actually go out now, can't we? You know, well, it's cold and miserable. No one's go out at the moment, but you can go out. So we have different coaches who are speaking. So obviously myself, you have Beth Rice, Rise to Rain, so fellow pageant and member. We also have Jasmine Ferry, who's just been crowned International Miss UK. We have the pageant gal, who's from Canada. She's been Royal Miss International role model. Slay Your Pageant. She's had a various amount of pageant titles, and she's from America. We have Maddie, our new Miss Great Britain, 5 times.
Oh, what that love.
Speaking of 5 times, we also have Amber, 5 times over. And she's been talking about her charity fundraising, like how to, you know, she's raised like over 40,000 since competing. So she's got some good tips.
Yeah, absolutely incredible, isn't she? She's brilliant. But I you know, it's such a great event, and I'd recommend it to anyone. And what I'll do is afterwards, I will put the link if you want to join in these comments of the video. And of course, if you are watching and you do want to ask Hannah a question, then please pop it in the comments. I've just realized I've got my sparkles and rhinestones pen. Look.
I saw that when I was looking at it. I was like, oh, it's old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's running out. I'm quite sad. I'm like, no, I need another one. But no, it's absolutely brilliant. But you've been doing pageants for many years. What year did you start pageantry? Was it 2010?
Yeah, 2010. So 13 years.
Wow.
Now it'll be my 14-year anniversary in May when I first stepped on stage, but January is when I first like entered a pageant. And I was absolutely obsessed with Miss Congeniality when I was younger. It was my like go-to feel film, and I didn't think that there was anything like that here in the UK. And now there is. I was like, wow, sign me up. Oh,
I don't know who just said hello.
I bet that's Nicola.
Hiya.
I bet it is.
It's just saying Facebook user, but whoever it is, hello. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, no, it's really, really good. But I just can't believe how fast the time's going, really, because it's just lockdown seems like it was ages ago now, doesn't it? But there's so much happened. But it was wonderful in lockdown, actually, where you just kept things going online and things like that. It was really good. I felt like the pageant community really come together during those difficult times, and lots of money was raised, and we did lots of online things. Yes, it's Nicola. Hello, Nicola.
Also, I knew.
Yeah, we love Nicola. We love Nicola. So, leading up to Galaxy, I mean, it's a very, very exciting time. It is in March, and I'm glad it's gone back to March because it moved for a little bit because of lockdown.
Yeah, there's one time, wasn't it? It was in, I'm literally, because I'm writing it in the annual, and it's like November, like.
Yeah, it's very strange when it's in November.
No.
Yeah, it needs to be in March. But having said that, though, it was quite nice because the Christmas tree was up and all that sort of thing. When it was at Park Hall, I wonder if we'll ever return there, though. I mean, what a place.
Isn't it? It's returning there for Pageant Girl Weekender.
Yeah,
where they go back.
We do miss that venue. There's something about that venue that's just very, very special, isn't it? I can't put my finger on it, but it's just fabulous. And yeah, it's going to be wonderful. So let me know, where is the pageant this year? Where's Galaxy being held this year?
In Warrington.
Warrington.
So basically, it's the same venue that Miss International UK was at.
That's it.
Yeah, when it was a heat wave, and it was not a glorious time for that one. But yeah, that's where it's being held, and obviously the hotel is the Village, is where like everyone is staying, where we have the first day. So obviously Galaxy is different this time because they have the Friday, which is orientation. They're doing it American style. So your girl's already got her outfit picked out and ready. So we are going to be channeling all the Galaxy vibes. And then the white party as well, which obviously you've been to a couple. Have you been to a couple of them? Or did you?
I haven't been to a white party. No. I just dropped my child at the door.
You're like,
she went, bye, have a good time.
See you later, I'm going to the bar.
She had a great time. She came out with a big cookie with a crown on it. So yeah, she was absolutely delighted. But it's really nice that Holly's doing that this year, isn't she? And doing it like the more sort of USA type style. But I must admit, I've still tried to get the Friday off work because I forgot that it was actually just on the Saturday. I just need to come down on the Saturday and Sunday. So because it's normally over 3 nights, isn't it? And it's only over 2, the finals. And then the contestants, I presume, have got their day on the Friday in the evening, which is going to be fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's optional as well. And I remember, I think that was one of the pulling points when we were driving up to watch Galaxy on the 2nd, and we're like, oh my goodness, look what they've done. They've changed it. Now it's like a whole big thing because, I've been competing in like 2-day pageants for a long time now. So UK National Miss for the last 3 years has been 2 days, and then Yami's always been 2 days as well. And then, oh my goodness, the other pageants, I guess, were long. Apart from Galaxy was always a day. But then you'd always, if you were going to go watch, then you'd obviously travel up before. But being a Ms. and Mrs., you'd always be on the Friday. So yeah, it's an adjustment. Although this is my first time in the Ms. section for Galaxy.
Oh, how excited. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to see your outfits. How's all your outfit plan going?
So I have all my outfits now. So the evening gown was ordered last month. So I have a sponsor of Kylie Rose Boutique. She is sponsored. She's part sponsored by Gown, and really excited because it's something that I've never done before on stage, probably for my size anyway. When I was just like, it's 2010. Yes, I probably would wear a style like this. But, I've been wearing like A-line dresses for so long. And there was a comment that really stuck out to me that someone made about plus size girls to say that, they only wear A-line dresses. And I was like, well, I'm going to show you wrong.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you wrong. Just because they're like only big girls wear those, and it's like, no, we can wear anything. So it's a color I haven't worn on stage for a very long time, and there's a special meaning which I'm not going to say anything about it, but it's a really good connection of why the color is there. I believe in signs and all of that. Like I believe in some things. I just like. Yeah, I like something to it. I like a pull. All my outfits are, there's something special about them. Like my fashion wear is the colour of the bisexual flag. So it's not obvious. We're not going full frontal like protest signs like UK National Miss, but we've got subtle hints.
Nice.
Throughout. Yeah, I've got all my outfits. I just need to stone and adjust them. So I've got to get the sewing kit out.
Yeah. Oh, so I think this might be Nicola again, but she has put, and she is correct. You're going to look beautiful. I can't wait to see your outfits. I do get excited about everyone's outfits. I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's going to be great. So what's you most looking forward to for the final of Galaxy this year?
I think I'm trying to think of what I'm looking most forward to. Because I love the whole aspect of it. Pageantry is my social life. Although saying that, like I'm being a bit more sociable with the stuff that I'm doing. But even then, that's still like on a volunteer sector, so there's still some element to that. I think I'm most looking forward to interview, of course. How could I not?
Yes.
I always, do you know what? My brain is so cursed sometimes. I'll just be like asleep and suddenly I'm like, what if they ask me this question? I just have like a conversation with myself, just like, yeah, cool. Like they will not ask me any of these questions at all. Like, but I will answer them. I'll have an answer.
You'll be well prepared. I mean, you're the girl that you helped me win Galaxy Interview. Do you remember that? My tan was developing, and you were coaching me the night before.
It's always really funny with that because there is the additional pressure for me to be really good at interview, and interview has always been my best scoring round with all my pageants. For UK's National Miss, it was. I don't actually check out my scores for, well, they only tell you like your best and your lowest scoring. I didn't check it out for the year I won. So I was like, I won. Like, I don't need to know. Like, but if I did, the Queen's are not. She's got an international crown. Like, let everyone else have a turn. You know, the ones that I'm saved them because obviously the international crowns is the Miz as well. So that's fine.
Actually, this year there's quite a few of them that aren't actually handing over. Well, they are, but they're still international.
Yeah,
That's
you've got three out of 5, and then obviously yours as well. So it's 4 crowns came back to the UK, which is really exciting. And obviously, I'm very happy to have had a little sparkle in 3 of them. But yeah, no, there is the additional pressure of interview, but I just love like. Some people might feel that sometimes it can be a little forced. Like if you talk about interview all the time, but I feel that like now we're just chit chat in general. Like it literally is in a room full of people who are just catching up on life with, just having a little gossip.
It's great though, isn't it? I mean, I think it's just the best thing is just to be yourself and have fun with it as well. And like when you've done so much in pageantry and you've worked so hard, there's just so much to talk about. So I don't think you'd be stuck with anything to talk about. But what would be your best sort of advice to someone going into that interview room?
Coach with me.
I love it. And
I need money for outfits. I need money for Starbucks in the hotel. No, I'm joking. Do the courses. No, I'm joking. The best piece of advice I would give, especially for interview, is I know a lot of people were like, be yourself, you know, the only person is you. I'm going to give you some really practical advice because that's what we live. Write down everything you do, not just your appearances. So track your appearances, your donations to other people, as well as the donations you collect. And so when I say donations, not just physical items, but money as well. Because I always like to do like a little summarization leading up to the finals. And you'd be surprised how much money you donate to other pageant girls. When you look at your just given, you see how much you've given. Like my year before I won UK's National Miss, I donated like over £100 to different pageant girls, like throughout the year. I was like, oh my goodness. So keep a track of that. And also, keep a track of that. Because then when you go into your interview, you can say how much money you've raised, how much money you've donated to other people, how many items you donated, how many appearances you've done. I think that's really important to go with figures. So it gives, rather than saying like, I've worked the hardest, so I've done this. It's like you have an actual example. So I can say currently for Project P, I've donated over 500 items to this. You know, I've raised nearly 1,500 for the 2 charities that I'm fundraising for, or volunteered this many hours, especially if you're volunteering as well, because people just think of charity as in money, but it's donations and time.
Yes.
So keep it there. Keep yourself to 3 points so you don't overload yourself. So you want, even if you have like, for me, I've got so much I want to talk about, but I'm like, right, as long as I get the 3 points in, I've smashed it. It doesn't matter if I mix words together, or I said the wrong word, or I said like too many times. Yeah, that's the practical advice I could give. I just think it's also to practice, because a lot of people go like, yeah, I'm really good at talking, and then when you actually get specific questions, they're like, oh,
yeah, how do
I don't know that word.
Yeah, no, it is, because you can get asked all sorts of questions, and I found useful, which you do still sell as well, which are brilliant, are your pageant cards, your questions. And they are, yes, let's see them. They are brilliant. I've got these. They are wonderful. They're
we
wonderful.
did a reel with this morning with the cards.
And they make a good fan.
They do, and they're laminated as well. So if you're really klutzy like myself, I spilled a whole bottle of water on them, and they're all fine. They're all good.
Yeah. That's even better. They are brilliant, because it just makes you think about the questions, and you pull out random ones, and it's great fun to do. You know, it's great fun to do. You can do it with your family and all sorts of things, can't you? Just get them to ask you questions and things like that. But they're very, very, very useful.
Yeah, because I created these. So see, I don't have a coach, because I mean, I could have a coach. I think it's just because my time, like I don't have enough time. And when I'm coaching so many other girls as well, I just want some downtime where I can still talk, but not have to like wait for someone to respond back to me. So when I made the flashcards, there's 100 questions in there, and there's personality, pageantry, and, you know, some really random ones. Yeah, and I think that, yeah, so for me, it was helping. I'd put the timer on and go, okay, cool, and pick up a random. Because you can look at questions and you kind of like already thinking of your answer. Whereas if you don't know and you start picking it up, you're like, oh, you know, how would you describe the color blue to a blind person? You know,
yeah. You can have a few tricky ones in there, and it makes you just think about, doesn't it? Which might throw you off, you know, especially for newbies or even people that have been doing it years. They are such useful cards. I find them great. And actually, I need to find mine. I need to get practicing.
You do. Wow, that's it. Yeah. You're booked in anyways. That's good.
I'm booked.
Christmas off.
Yeah, to Christmas. You can tell I've got the tinsel out. The Christmas decorations are up. It's looking good in here, but it's very sparkly, very sparkly. I mean, if I could turn the camera around, you'd see all the snows, but we won't go there. They've all got glittery hats. It's fabulous. But Hannah, it has been absolutely amazing chatting to you as always, and like all of us at Pageantland, wish you all the best in the finals, and we will all be there to support you as always. We always will be, and we'll be screaming lots and lots.
I'll bring out the Wiltshire flags, but honestly, I only have 2 flags left from the last time. So there are loads of people with Wiltshire flags somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to get them to just gather up again. We'll get. Where
are the flags, guys? Where are they?
Yeah, where they gone? It's brilliant.
The venues obviously are there. Where the last one's there, because obviously you have the great picture. Because that's going to be the interesting thing, is if I do not win, I still have to be in the group picture.
Yeah, it's got to be, but it gives it a sort of Eurovision feel when we've all got the flags out. I do love it. It just brings support and love and fun to the pageant, doesn't it? Which I really
might bring some pride flags as well. Get you all waving both of them, isn't it?
Give me any flags you want. We're there. We'll be waving them. So I'm just going to tell everyone who is here next week. So we're back every week now. So next Tuesday at 7:00, I've got the lovely Emily Hankinson, who's your Miss Staffordshire Atlantic, which she is absolutely lovely. So she will be here next week at 7:00. It's so nice to have these Tuesdays back going again, isn't it? It's
very, you feel like you're back in the throes of pageant land now.
I do. But like I say, learning a new job, you have got to just concentrate on that for a little bit, because it is very, very, it's a lot to take in, But I'm glad to be back in Pageantland, because I'm starting to feel like I've been out of it. I know it's only a month or so, but still, it feels like
a long time, doesn't it? That's why I like doing the virtual stuff, because it's like I feel connected, even though like I'm not going to be attending any events until next January potentially. If that event's cancelled, then February. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. I mean, like I say, sort of doing stuff in the local community, of course, but it's just actually getting to pageants. But then there's
meeting people, that knows what the sash is, rather than like, what does that say?
Yeah, what is that? What do you think? Drummed it into the local community now. It's fine. they're used to the sashes now. But a lot of local communities aren't, are they? They're like, oh, well, what does that mean? You know, and you have to explain.
Especially in a group of pageant girls, you're like, oh, what's this? I had it all the time. Like if like Jade was like with Wiltshire, and I'd have like Yemi or UK's National Miss, and they're like, what's the difference? Why have you got a crown and she doesn't, or like vice versa? Like,
yeah. It can be a difficult one to explain, but it's the people are very interested. We're explaining it all about pageants to the mayor the other day, you know, at the Christmas light switch on, and they loved it because we've got a new mayor now and his wife, and
every year,
so they've been briefed.
They know now. They've had the orientation.
They know what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, we're bringing them with us, you know.
Right, here you're going to meet the pageant queens.
Yeah. Oh, it's fabulous. It's fabulous. So, but Anna, thank you so much. And like I say, we wish you all the best. You're going to smash it on stage and in interview, and definitely smashing it elsewhere. So it's brilliant. So you take care. Bye-bye.